Good morning. Welcome to a nice day of football Sunday. My name is Stephen Lavassa, and this is Big Bag Podcast Sports Radio. It's early, so let's get right into it. Today's episode is going to be talking about the games today. It's about 7:24 in the morning right now, so if people are up, I don't know, but I'm up. It's football Sunday, so it's either time to get your bets in, it's either time to get your fantasy lineup in, it's either time to get yourself together and get yourself ready for today's games. 1 o'clock, 4:30, and the 8 o'clock game. I don't know if the 8 o'clock game is gonna happen because of the whole COVID situation. So, and some of the games got postponed and got put to either Monday night or I think Tuesday night. So we got a good state of games. Plus, on top of it, we have Game 6 of Miami versus the Lakers. I'm probably gonna start on that, and then I'm gonna go into the football. So let's begin. How y'all like that Miami game? So, mind you, I hope people out there took that 7.5 that I was referring to because that was a good bet, and I'm happy for myself. It's the first win on my podcast, so you know, let's try to get many more. And I hope y'all took the 7.5 because I don't know what to say. I mean, I've been watching sports. I've been watching really basketball for most of the season, almost every season. Kind of getting decent at the whole situation in hand. So, with that being said, basketball is not hard to bet. I mean, if you've been watching, it's not really hard to bet. You just gotta know like the scenarios or when the situations happen. Most of the time, it's either small point spreads they found in the end, and big point spreads. They still gonna foul, but it depends on what the cover is. And I don't know. We just gotta see. So, like I said, man, I hope you guys took the 7.5. That was a good spread. I mean, right now I think I'm probably 2-1, if I could say 2-1. So I mean I'm above 50%. So that's good for basketball. And I know I had the 4.5 the last one. I know I took that the first game. But so like I said, if you took the 7.5, I know you're happy right now. If you cashed out or made any profit off of it, even a one better, one game spread, parlay, whatever the situation is. I mean, that's probably you don't get much guarantees in life, so take that one as more of a guarantee. Tonight, though, um, I like the Lakers with the 5. I like the Lakers with the 5. I'm gonna take the 5. This kind of resembles that 4.5. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout, but I mean, I like the Lakers with the 5. So I'm gonna vibe with the Lakers tonight with the 5 points. So I mean, can't consider everything guaranteed, but I'll take that. I'm gonna put that on my newsletter today. So I'm taking the Lakers with the 5 tonight. And I mean, what can you say? I don't think Lakers can lose this game because in the end of the day, it's all about momentum in the basketball. So with that being said, if you lose the game tonight, let's say hypothetically they lose the game tonight and they have to come out for a game 7, that's not going to work out in their favor because now you give all the momentum back to Miami. You also put in a heavy burden in a heavy situation on what's gonna could happen or what's gonna happen, which might give the opportunity for Miami and Jimmy Butler to get their first ring, which would be nice because I would like to see Butler get his ring. I mean, I'm not a Lakers fan. Like I said before, I'm not. I don't have a basketball team that I root for. I like individual players. I always thought Jimmy Butler was a great player. I watched him during the Bulls series. I watched a little bit of the Timberwolves when he was with the Timberwolves, but I mean, Wiggins and Towns, I don't know. They wasn't doing anything over there in Timberwolves, man. And I mean, Jimmy comes out and balls, man. And you know, it's either that they was trying to make it seem like he was the problem, but I mean, I never thought he was the problem anyway. I mean, come on, the dude plays hard, and he wants everybody to put maximum effort, especially when he's coming out there, and he's giving it his all. And what else can you say about that? And some people they just don't like that. They feel like that's a bad thing. Like nowadays to argue with your teammates or to have conflicts of interest. It's like you're a family. Everybody has their ups and downs. Everybody has their situations at hand. Not everybody's gonna agree or get along with each other. But in the end of the day, you know, sometimes you need that to help build a chemistry amongst each other, so you can know that if I'm out there and I'm putting it all on the line for A, B, C, and D, I would like to somebody that I'm actually gonna know, that's gonna actually try to put out all maximum effort. And I mean, Towns is a very good player. Wiggins is decent. I mean, I think he went to the Warriors, so I mean, let's see how that goes. He remind me of when Harrison was with the Warriors, so it's kind of like a switch from the past. No, Harrison Barnes. If anybody trying to figure it out, Harrison Barnes, but he reminds me like a switch from the past. And I mean, let's see how it goes, man. But I mean, I like the Warriors next year to for a lot of reasons. Because if they stay healthy and situations come in hand and everything plays out, I think they can be a real top sleeper. Because I mean, everybody's gonna be like, oh man, who's sleeping on the Warriors? But mind you, man, they got the first round pick. They got the first pick of the draft, and I think they either first or second pick. But regardless or not, they got the top pick. And I mean, what else can you say? So a lot of people they're not gonna be counting them out, but I don't think they're gonna consider them to be going that deep. And I like Steph, I like Clay, I like Draymond, I like the little nucleus that they have. Let's see what happens when they losing Iguodala didn't really hurt them too much, but he was doing his thing with the Warriors, so let's see what happens. But like I said, I like the five with the Lakers tonight. So I mean, I'm taking it, but I mean, it's on everybody else to do what they decide they want to do. If you want to take the Miami Heat with the five, that's up to you. I can completely understand with the situations and the spreads covering a certain way, especially Miami. I think covering the they either got, I think, about three. I'm saying three out of two, three out of two spreads against the spreads records. The series, unless things changed up and that 9.5 was converted to 10.5. Regardless or not, is it 2 or 3-2, depending on where they finalize the spread at. But I mean, regardless or not, it's a good situation to be in the game six and to possibly have a time a period in time where you might be able to stretch it to a game seven, especially, man. I don't think the Lakers want that, but they're just coming out with their Black Mamba jerseys and all that, and 4-0 and their Black Mamba jerseys and everything. I'm like, you put too much involved into the game, it kind of hinders it. So maybe they had too much going on. Plus, I mean, if you really looked at it in the end, Anthony Davis got a little bit banged up, so he should be fully ready to go in the next series. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes, and I'm looking forward to seeing you know how the game goes overall. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be tuned in and ready and live, and you know, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be sitting there, and I'm gonna be enjoying it. And we're gonna make this one a little bit much easier. Yankees lost the series. I'm not a Yankee fan, so I don't got much to say about that. But they lost their series, and they need another pitcher. They need another pitcher. I mean, it was what 2-1. That was the last game, and Cole did his thing there, mind you. But I mean, I think you need a second dominant pitcher instead of like Tanaka is. I mean, I don't know when they first got Tanaka years ago, so Tanaka's been alright. I mean, I don't like I said, I haven't been watching much, but from what I've been seeing, is Tanaka's been alright. And Aroldis Chapman gave up that home run in the end, which kind of messed him up. But sure, that happens, man. People lose. So, with that being said, the Yankees lost the series against the Rays. I should have really honestly went with the Rays. I mean, they did beat them during the whole series during the regular season. So, I said, I don't know. Baseball's not my niche, so that's I'm gonna work on that one. I'm gonna work on baseball and get better at baseball, so I can really start giving some better ideas and better predictions. I mean, it's gonna be the Astros versus the Rays. I'm really gonna lean on. If I could say, I'm gonna go with the Astros. I think they're gonna win that series. So, if I'm gonna go off for a limb for baseball, which is pretty much here and there, I'm gonna go with the Astros because I would like to see them versus the Dodgers in the NLCS. I don't know how the division's going. I'm gonna start looking up how baseball works, but I want to see them versus the Dodgers. I know they're in the same areas, so mind you, that'd be something that'd be a good game. I mean, especially with the situation with the whole cheating scandal and banging on trash cans and using sign stealing techniques and all that. I mean, was that really that important? I mean, if they win the World Series this year, does that really show them like? Does that show anything? Like everybody made a big deal about the whole cheating situation, and yeah, but everybody cheats, man. People cheat. People cheat in regular life. People cheat all the time. Like there's no difference in what's going on in the regular setting in basketball, football, baseball, soccer. People cheat, man. Flops. Come on, basketball. Sometimes bad calls, pass interference, dudes video recording the practice squad. I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Yeah, that's them Patriots doing that." But hey, listen, man. If you're not cheating, you're not winning, my nigga. Like, pardon for the word, but if you're not cheating, you're not winning. And I mean, I'm not here to condone cheating, but everybody cheats, man, and it is what it is. So, like I said, it happens. So now, like I said, let's see what happens if they do end up going to the World Series and they do end up winning the World Series. So I'm gonna leave my hat with the Astros. You know, they. I'm gonna leave my hat with them. I don't really got too much to say. I'm just gonna leave my hat with them. Now, I hope everybody's excited. It's football Sunday. I know it's early in the morning, but it's football Sunday. I know probably the birds are still asleep, but it's football Sunday. I know if anybody went out last night, it's football Sunday. So the weekend is here. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I hope you guys did something enjoyable and enjoyed yourselves and got to relax, got to do whatever y'all wanted to do. I mean, the COVID situation doesn't really give much options out, but you can find something to do. You can do something. So, with that being said, I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. And like I said, it's football Sunday, so We're gonna get down to it. I took a couple of teams that no, I want to see how I do this week. It's football Sunday. I want to see if you know how can I make sure my record is good for this season. So it's week it's week 5. So it's week 5, and we're gonna we're gonna go ahead and see what happens. Now, first on the list is the Jets versus the Cardinals. Right now it stands at 7.5. Cardinals is favored, and Jets is getting 7.5. Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell is back. I don't know if that really makes a big difference. I don't like Adams as the head coach. I mean, Adam Gates. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging out, but I don't know what he's doing. But I'm taking the Cardinals with the 7.5. They are going to play a lot better than what they played before, especially the loss to the Carolina Panthers. So I'm going to take the 7.5. I'm riding with the Cardinals today. So that's going to be, hopefully that can edge out a win for the cover. You might decide if you want to buy 0.2 points, which is not bad. Drop the spread down to like 5.5. If it's all up to you. So, but I'm taking the Cardinals today with the 7.5. I'm taking the Cardinals with the 7.5. I don't like the Jets. The Jets, Sam Darnold's out. Flacco's playing. Le'Veon Bell's coming off the injury list. I was talking to one of my boys a couple of days ago, and he was telling me, we put a bet that Le'Veon Bell's still going to be there after the trade deadline. I believe he's still going to be there after the trade deadline, but he just telling me left and right that Le'Veon Bell's getting traded, and I'm telling you, boom, boom, and I don't know. I'm just like, I don't think he's gonna get traded. And then on the top of it is Adam Gates is not gonna do anything with him. Like, he's probably the only weapon that they have now because Sam Darnold's out. I mean, I don't even know who the Jets are really passing it to because they don't have no wide receivers. And I mean, everybody, Adam Gates fans is gonna support that and be like, oh yeah, he needs more opportunity. You don't got this and you don't got that, man. Like, look what happened when he left. He left Miami. Miami's trying. Like, Miami's honestly a better team to me than them. Like, at least they trying. And so I like the 7.5. I'm not gonna stick too much into the Jets game. I like the 7.5. I'm gonna ride with the 7.5 today. So next one on the list is Carolina getting 2.5 against the Falcons. Now, honestly, the game went from when I seen it before, it was 1. Now it jumped up to 2.5. So I think everybody betting on the Falcons or putting their money on the Falcons. I honestly had my money on the Falcons in the beginning, so maybe I can consider that. I'm gonna ride with Carolina. I don't know because honestly, I had my money on the Falcons in the beginning, so I'm gonna just. It's difficult. It's a very difficult one, but I'm gonna ride with Actually, you know what? I'm gonna ride with Carolina. I'm gonna stick with Carolina. Maybe it's gonna be maybe Carolina keeps it close, so I might be wrong. That was more likely. I would tell people that's a stay away game, but heavy football bettors, man. You gotta bet if you want to be a better. You have to bet. So I'm gonna take Carolina with the 2.5, and we're gonna go from there. The next one is the Bengals with the 12.5 versus the Ravens, and um. Honestly, you know what's crazy is honestly I take the 12.5 with the with the Bengals. No particular reason. I like Lamar Jackson. I like the whole Ravens situation. I like how the Ravens is playing defense wise. They here and there, but division game. I mean, vice versa. It could go any way. I mean, the last game, the Ravens covered the 13.5, and they covered it. So I took the 12.5 with the Bengals, because the Bengals they starting to catch up, man. Joe Burrow is doing his thing. I like him as a quarterback. I like the way he came out in the beginning of the season, and he's been working his way through the count, man. And I mean, I like that. So I'm gonna ride with the 12.5 with the Bengals today, and we see what happens after that. But I'm taking the 12.5, and this is scary. I honestly have. I'm honestly taking the 7 with the Washington Redskins against the LA Rams. I'm taking it. I miss St. Louis. I don't understand why they did all that move, but it's money wise. But it was St. Louis Rams was they ain't established themselves as anything in LA. They're going right back to the same situation they was at before. But back to what I was saying. I like the 7 with the Washington Redskins. I'm gonna take the 7. Now, mind you, I'm gonna say that this time, the end and everything, in the end and everything. This is my opinion. This is not a fact. Do your research when gambling. You can lose a lot of money with gambling. Don't go crazy. And this is my opinion. This is based on my opinion. You can feel any kind of way, so you can decide to do whatever you want to do. But this is based on my opinion, and I'm just here to give my opinion and go from there. But back to what we were saying, I'm gonna take the 7 with the Washington Redskins, and I think they got Kyle Allen starting. They finally decided to bench Hopkins or Haskins. They finally decided to bench Haskins. So let's see what happens. I didn't think he played that bad against the Ravens, but they got a short string over there with him, which sucks because Kyle Allen is not really gonna do any better than what he's been doing. But they got a short string against him. I'm honestly, man. You know what's sad about it is I want to see what Alex Smith does with the Washington Redskins. Hey, if you want a fantasy pickup, which is another my opinion, the running back Antonio Gibson for the Washington Redskins. The Rams, they're not that good of a rush defense. Plus, Antonio Gibson is the main back over there. I think he's gonna get some carries. He's gonna get some looks. Might want to slide him into your fantasy lineup. So, just a little gem to people. I mean, I slid him into my lineup, so I'll see what happens. But he's that would be a bad play. But let's continue on. Next on the list, the Jags getting 5.5 against the Texans. I am going with the Texans. I didn't even really circle it, but I'm gonna circle it. And probably the better bet, which I don't know if it's a better bet. I'm not too keen on these over unders, but the over under is 54.5. I got it as an under. I don't know. It's really the over unders in football is they're difficult. Basketball is the same way, but basketball sometimes you can predict it. Football is here and there. I know with the Washington Redskins, I had them going over the 46, so that was another one. That's one, and we're gonna continue. I'm just gonna give up a lineup, and then in the end, I'm gonna also give like my best opinion on my four that I would make it that I would put down basically, and I'm gonna give my final four out of all the lists that I put in. I'm gonna give my final four, and we're gonna rock from there. So let's continue on. Casey versus the Vegas Raiders. I'm taking the 11 with the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm gonna take the 11. That's probably gonna be on my 4-game parlay. So I'm gonna take the 11, and I don't know. I mean, the Raiders, they're still building. They're still doing. They still building. I like what Gruden's doing over there. You got the money back. I don't know if Carr is really the answer anymore, or what they're gonna plan to do with Carr. I mean, John Gruden hasn't really been a quarterback coach like that anyway. Like throughout most of his tenure, I think he had Rich Gannon, which was a good quarterback. But I mean, he had Johnson for the Bucks when he won the Super Bowl. And so I mean, he's it's not too much of a concern. But I think eventually they might do something about the whole quarterback situation. But let's continue on. I got the 7 with the Eagles. The Eagles is getting 7 points against the Steelers. Now everybody might say, "Oh man, the Eagles got nobody and there's no wide receiver." And I mean, I agree with that. Especially the Steelers has had a lot of time off to relax and to get healthy and everything. So it might be a very scary game, and you never really know what might happen. I'm kind of riding with the Eagles. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna take the 7. I'm gonna look at the 7. I'm gonna take the 7, and we're gonna go from there. The next on the list, the Dolphins is getting +8 against the 49ers. I'm taking the +8 with the Dolphins. That's not bad. I mean, the Dolphins don't are not a bad against the spread record. They're not bad against the spread record. The 49ers, um, there's not really much pieces in their offense that they have. Like, I mean, they got Kittle's back. I think they're supposed to get Samuels back. Samuels is supposed to be playing this game, but he's coming off of injury. No, not injury, COVID-19. He passed that COVID-19 test, so they give him an opportunity to play. I don't know. I'm gonna ride with the Dolphins on that one. I mean, Dolphins might not win, but they're gonna keep it a competitive game where I don't think they're gonna lose by 8 points. So, with that being said, it's the Cowboys versus the Giants, 8.5. Um, I'm gonna take the Cowboys with the 8.5. Now, no, that's another situation where the Cowboys haven't been performing that well. But I mean, this might be a chance for them to redeem themselves and honestly put up some numbers. But besides put up some numbers, also put up an opportunity to play a better game. I don't know. Defensive wise, they've been terrible. Defensive wise, they've just been terrible. But this is the Cowboys, so I'm not really shocked. But defensive wise, they've been terrible. So I don't know. I'm gonna ride with them with the 8.5 over the Giants. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take the spread. I'm gonna take that. Sometimes, man, you know what be better? Sometimes you can honestly buy 1 or 2 points, buy 3 points if you have to. You know, but this is your money you betting, man. So you know, be mindful about it. You work hard for your money. You want to make sure your money works hard for you. So sometimes it's good to take 1, 2, 3 points. Yeah, it might drop the money a little bit or a significant amount, but honestly, if you put $10 down and you come off with like $300 or $400, like, are you really that mad? Okay, you kind of made 1,000 and some change or whatever the situation is, but are you really that mad? You came off with $300, $400 from a $10 bet or a $20 bet, or it's $150, $200 from a $20 bet. Like, take it what you got, man. Appreciate what you get. So let's go on from there. Um, we got I got the Vikings 7+7. With the +7, I got the Vikings +7 against the Seahawks. Seahawks has been a monster out, a monster. But I think this might end up to be a shootout. This might be an over game too. You know what's crazy is it might be an over game because, man, both teams is not playing no real offense, or they're playing offense, but they're not really playing no much defense. I mean, and the Vikings, they've been getting in step. They've been getting in step. I mean, I don't like Cousins like that. I'm not a big Cousins fan. So I honestly don't even think that he really deserved a lot of it. But what can you tell somebody that? How can you tell somebody he don't deserve money? So I mean, I'm gonna fall back from saying he didn't deserve the money, because everybody deserves the money whenever you put yourself in a situation where this is a business and this is a career, and if they offer you, they give you the money, they give you the money. So I'm gonna take the Vikings with the +7 over the Seahawks, and that's about the games. That's about the games today. I think the other two games were postponed to either Monday or Tuesday, so we're gonna have a different podcast for that. But like I said, I'm happy. I'm excited. This is Football Sunday, and we are gonna get right to it. So I'm gonna get my final four, and I'm gonna let you guys enjoy your Sunday. So let's go. The final four that I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna do a little combination of a parlay. So bear with me. And this is just right now. So that's another thing. So I'm gonna go with the 5 with the Lakers. So I'm gonna write that down just to make sure. Lakers 5. Take the Lakers. I'm gonna take the Lakers with the 5. That's one. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take the Texans with the 5.5. So that's 2. I'm gonna take the Cardinals with the 7.5 against the Jets. I mean, no, this is an opportunity to win. So let's go with the Cardinals getting the 7.5 for the Jets. That's my third pick. So with that being said, I got one more pick. So what should I do? What should I do? You know what? I'm gonna ride with KC. 4-game parlay. I'm gonna ride with KC. So I'm gonna take KC with the 11, the -11, and that is about it. I have my 4-game parlay. I hope you guys bet wise, bet what you can bet, and enjoy your Sunday, man. And appreciate it, man. Appreciate the good days that you might have, and appreciate the bad days that you might have. But appreciate your days. Do what you gotta do. I'm gonna go and enjoy my day. But I'm gonna leave it with this: Lakers +5, Lakers -5, Texans -5.5, Kansas City Chiefs 11, and the Cardinals My spelling is bad. The Cardinals with the -7.5. So, like I said, enjoy your Sunday. Bet wisely. Don't bet the house or bet what you can afford. Be wise about your bets and strategize your bets. Betting is not hard if you know what you're betting with and you know how you're betting. So, from one person to another, we're going to keep doing our thing. This is Big Bad Sports Podcast, BBS Sports, or BBS Podcast, really. But, we're going to keep doing our thing. We hear TV, support the cause. And eventually, I get somebody to come and join, or little by little, I'm working on it to get people to come and join this podcast and start, expressing their opinions and views. But besides that, we here, man. So enjoy your Sunday, enjoy your day, do your thing, and I hope the best. Thank you.